So then guys, the new iPhone 16s are almost among us, and today what I've decided to do for you guys, I'm going to do my own hands-on review of the design of the iPhone 16 models, just like with these dummies that we've got right here, and I want to compare them to the likes of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So I'm going to compare the iPhone 15 Pro Max to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, the dummies that we've got right here, in its actual design and what sort of changes we're going to see, and I'm also going to go over the actual release date of the iPhone 16 models too, when we're actually going to be able to get our hands on it, because we know that it's Glowtime events happening on the 9th, but how about the time when we're actually going to get these into our hands, because we've had a leak about that. And also I want to cover over the price details as well today. But first of all, what I think the best thing we can do is actually get a camera facing down here onto this desk with the iPhone 15 Pro Max and these dummies, and let's have a review then to see what this is all about, and let's see the changes that we have right here. So then guys, here we have it then. So what I've got here, I've got two iPhone 16 Pro Max dummies right here, one in silver white and also one in this sort of black titanium sort of color mock-up that we've got here. And also right here in the middle is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And straight away, you know, if I put these all together, you could actually see straight away there is a size difference here. You can see this at the top here that definitely the iPhone 16 Pro Max are slightly taller here. And also, I don't know if you can tell, they look slightly thicker as well, in the sense of that the width here is slightly more there. So yeah, just be aware of that. So that is definitely something to be aware of, that it definitely looks like that they are slightly wider. I think one way we could do this, if I put, say, this on top of here, let's have a look. If I line it up, yeah, you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that we've actually got the edging here. You can see. So it's definitely wider, ever so slightly wider. And then obviously at the top here, if I do the same thing, can you see that there? You can see it sort of sticking out ever so slightly there. It is definitely a bit more taller too than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Remember, these dummies that I've got here, these are designed to work with the latest sort of cases and things like this. So these dummies have been made up for that, what will be the perfect fit for an iPhone 16 Pro Max. So this is the sizes that we're definitely going to be getting. But overall, I would say everything else looks very, very similar. So even say the actual camera, sort of notch here on the back, the kind of bubbles about the same size, the square is very, very similar kind of size to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max one there, the actual square, because over the years this actually has got a little bit bigger each time, so it doesn't look that much different. But obviously the cases of an iPhone 15 Pro Max will definitely not fit an iPhone 16 Pro Max, because it's definitely bigger there. And the main reason behind that, if I flick this round again, and one of the main reasons behind this is that obviously the actual screen size here is actually a 6.69 display, or just under 6.7 inch display, whereas we've been told this is going to be more like a 6.87 display, so just under 6.9 inch display here on the new 16 Pro Max. So we're definitely going to be getting a larger screen there. Obviously I can't really show it here, but the bezels definitely do look a tiny bit smaller here on the edges here compared to the likes of the 15 Pro Max, what we've heard in leaks and rumors there. But definitely is a bigger phone, but not much, like I said. But everything else really, by looking at the bottom here, it looks very, very similar. Let's get it the right way around actually for both of these. So there we go. You can see that the actual sort of drill holes and everything like that for USB-C, and also for the microphone speaker, exactly the same. And then also if I flip it around now and we look at the actual top here, you know, it's exactly the same thing. The antennas are exactly the same place, the lines and things like that. So nothing really is changing there. And then the same if we flick it this way as well for the actual volume rockers and things like this, the action button, exactly the same place. And if you're like in Europe like I am, you do still have the physical SIM card. So just before all you Americans get excited that the physical SIM card is coming back, or this is a fake, no, it's just in every other country apart from North America, I think Canada's the same too, you don't get a SIM card in your countries, unfortunately. But everywhere else in the world, you still do get a SIM card slot for some strange reason. So, you know, that's what Apple decides to do there. But you can see the buttons are exactly the same. There's no really any differences there. I would actually say if there was a slight difference, that maybe the buttons are ever so slightly thinner here on the iPhone 16 Pro Max here for the action button, all of that, but nothing really else there. But this is where things are a bit different. You do have the power button, and again you can see here that the power button does look a bit more slimmer here on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but we also have this new capture button, what you can see here. We do not know too much information about this. I'm sure everything's going to be revealed on Monday for doing things with cameras. We don't know if it's going to be like a sensitive swipe button, or it's one you can press down. It's not a push press button here, so I think it's going to be maybe like a finger sort of one that you can sort of maybe zoom or swipe through photos. I don't know. We're going to have to find out on Monday exactly what this is all about, because obviously Apple have introduced something brand new here, and obviously the iPhone 15 Pro Max does not have this whatsoever. We've been told that all of the iPhone 16s are going to have this. Maybe it's to do with spatial vision or spatial videos. We just don't know. The last thing I just want to also say is I would definitely say, by even holding both of these, that this is ever so slightly thinner, the iPhone 16. I don't know if you can see that there. It looks ever so slightly thinner. And one way we can do that, if we actually just put them together here, let's do it like this. So let's have a look. So I think, yeah, can you see that? This is the 16 here, 16 Pro Max. That's it measured up. It's definitely slightly thinner, ever so slightly. So you're getting a slightly bigger phone, longer phone, but ever so slightly thinner phone again this time around. Not by much, probably even a millimeter, I don't know, but it definitely feels that way. And especially when we talked about the buttons earlier, like here, these buttons are slightly slimmer. I think that is to do with obviously the phone being slightly slimmer there too. But overall, really, there's not much more to actually say about this. Obviously the Apple logo and everything else is exactly the same. All the other buttons and everything is exactly the same. And until we actually see everything on Monday, I'd say really that is the design changes that are most notable here on an iPhone 16 Pro Max compared to the likes of an iPhone 15 Pro Max 2. Something else that is dead exciting, what's happening in September time, but near the end of September time, is the channel giveaway that we're doing here. And it is for this. This here is a 13-inch iPad Pro with an M4 inside of it, and it's also got 512 gigabytes of storage also inside of it. Well, I'm going to be giving it away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do to enter and to possibly get your hands on this iPad Pro is just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're planning to still get in 2024. Whether this be Apple related or not, you know there's the new PS5 Pro on its horizon possibly this year. Are you planning to get that? Put it all down into the comments below. And also at the same time, like I said, as this is going to one lucky subscriber, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell, because I'll be making a video near the end of September time giving you more details about the giveaway, telling you when the live stream is. Also, there'll be a little form to fill in around that time too, but all those details will be coming out then, so make sure you do that right now. The other thing I just want to quickly mention is I'll also be giving away one of these too. This here is a Magic Keyboard to go alongside with the iPad Pro to get you started there. So this is also going to be paired up with it to that lucky subscriber out there. The last thing I just want to quickly say is, sadly guys, there's still lots of scammers and spammers out there, people still impersonating me too, sending you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, all these bad things. Just ignore these people, or better still, as you can see right here, please do report them. So next of all, let's talk about the actual release time of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. As I mentioned already, we've already said that the brand new Apple event is happening this Monday, the 9th of September time at 10 AM PST time. I'm also doing a live review of that at the same time. So if you want to join me of that live stream, make sure you check out the details. They're going to be on my channel very, very soon. But for the actual time we're actually going to get the iPhones into our hands, well, we've had a leak right here, and it's telling us that most likely we're going to be able to get the new iPhone 16s on the 20th of September. So this is just under 2 weeks later. So we're talking about 12 days later after the actual event, we'll be able to get our hands on them. So this is really, really cool to see this. Now, the main reason why you're probably wondering, well, why 2 weeks later? Well, obviously the event's happening on the Monday, but most likely on later that week on the Friday, what will be the 13th of September, so Friday the 13th, all you superstitious people out there, you'll be able to pre-order your iPhone. And most likely, by the previous years that we've had, when the time you can actually do this, if you live in America and you lived on that west side of the coast, this will be at 5 AM. And for me, where I am here in the UK, this will be 1 PM. And this is the same time that you'll be able to do the pre-orders of the iPhone 16 models. This is when Apple normally do a pre-order for their latest and greatest iPhone. So this is most likely the time that you'll be able to do that. And I will have a hints and tips sort of video coming out to make sure that you can definitely get yourself an iPhone 16 on that release time. time. So check out that video coming very soon. The best thing you could do for that is subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because I've got a video coming up all about that, and you don't want to miss out on that if you really want an iPhone 16 on the actual release date. What's going to be on the 20th, according to this leak that we can see right here. But next of all, let's talk about the prices. So prices wise, most likely this year, if there is going to be a price increase, it's going to be this year. Now, the main reason why I say this, if we actually take a look of, say, the iPhone 10, and the iPhone 10 came out in 2017, and it cost us $999. Now, if you translated that phone through its future, you got to the 10s, then we got the 11 Pro, then the 12 Pro, and now we're all the way up to, say, the 15 Pro. It's actually the exact same cost as it was back in 2017. It was $999. Nothing has actually changed here. For the likes of, say, the Pro Max, a Pro Max or a Max model didn't come out to the 10s, and that did actually cost more. So really, the price hasn't actually changed. We stick with the normal iPhone 15 Pro. It hasn't changed ever since the iPhone 10. There's been no price increases, even though we've had, COVID, we've had inflation costs increases all across the world. There's been no increases in US dollars throughout that time. Now, in your own country like me in the UK, the price has gone up, and the main reason behind that is because, for example, my pound, what we use here, pound sterling, has got weaker to the US dollar. Also, import fees and taxes and things like this. This actually has increased the cost of the actual iPhone. This might be the same for other European countries and other countries out there too. At the end of the day, Apple need to make the same amount of profit on every single iPhone they sell across the world. So unfortunately, this does mean that if if the prices and the import taxes and things like this, and your actual currency is weaker towards the US dollar, it means the price has increased over the last few years, sadly. But this year, I'm going to say this, that because costs have gone up so much, and also we're getting slightly bigger phones, more RAM, more better bits and pieces inside lots of the models, I'm actually going to say for the first time there's the possibility that the actual iPhones might increase by around about $100 across all of the models. So I'm talking about the normal iPhone 16 going up by $100. I'm talking about the iPhone 16 Plus, the iPhone 16 Pro, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max is also going to probably go up by $100 this time round. Remember, this is what I'm saying, that say 128GB model of the iPhone 16 Pro, this might actually go up to $1,099 instead of $999, like it has done, like I said, since 2017. So just be aware of that, and obviously that will reflect all across the board. So in your country, again, whatever that your currency translates to US dollars and things like this, then this does mean it probably will go up probably in your country too. So just be aware of that. But with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. What do you think of the changes to the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max that we have this year? Is it worth the upgrade for you? Let me know in the comments below. And also at the same time as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and technology too, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.